For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to a special edition of the Focus program. We are glad you are along. We have got the mayor of the city of Marine City and the owner of Anita's with us today to talk about the Marine City and Sombra ferry boat and an update on that. Your Honor, nice to see you. Welcome back to the Focus set. John Stewart, nice to see you again. I got an email from you, John, a few days ago, and it said that the fundraising to help support the Marine City ferry boat and the Sombra ferry boat is moving along, but there's a date that we need to tell the people about in order to help support the efforts to get that ferry boat running again. What's it all about?
Yes, and I call it the Save Our Port.
Yeah.
You know, because it is a port of entry to the United States, it is important. As things have progressed along, it looks like they're getting dates and and things in place. Now they're getting expenses for engineering and that type of thing. So I sent out a letter to the Chamber of Commerce and anybody who really would like to contribute, and I've set a date of this Monday, the 16th. So we can get some funds to them and help them out in that manner. Where it stands right now, they should be getting the prints back any day, and they have a commitment once they get those plans in their hands. They have a commitment to get the permit process fast-tracked. That means 3 weeks, not 6 months.
Oh my God, well, that's wonderful.
That's good news. And I talked to the owner this morning, one of the owners, and he said they're hoping end of June. So if everything goes well, so you know, hopefully by certainly July, that will be something that can, you know, the ferry will be back open.
The work that needs to be done is on that causeway that goes from the land, or the mainland, out to where you board the ferry.
Yes.
That's the extent of the work.
I believe it's a 400-foot stretch, and the damaged area is more significant in the middle. The plan is demolition is going to take 3 weeks once they get the permits done. Demolition is going to take 3 weeks, then they have to drive pilings down to the bedrock, and then they can build the bridge onto that.
There's been discussion about the fish, and will the driving of the pilings affect the spawning?
The spawning that they have to be concerned about is from June 15th through July.
It's not now.
Yeah, the species, now they're getting species specific. Originally in the Great Lakes there are some fish that spawn earlier, et cetera, but the ones that they have to worry about are June 15th is the deadline, is the date.
That's an incentive to get the work done.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, your thoughts, Mayor, at this point?
Well, I was in touch with the Duggettis, and I'm just hoping, got my fingers crossed, and I've talked to both Lansing and Washington. They've done as much as they can to help expedite and put as much pressure on the Canadian counterparts as we can, and they're moving forward, and it seems like it's gonna look good anyway.
We went on the web and we found a video from the CTV Canadian television channel in London, Ontario, which is shortly after the ferry closed, but maybe it'll give the audience a little idea of how the accident happened. It wasn't an accident, but how the situation developed. So let's take a look at that right now.
A Great Lakes ice cover is causing inconvenience for some commuters near Sarnia this winter. The ferry that runs between Sombra and Marine City, Michigan has been shut down since the beginning of the year due to the deep freeze. Brian Bicknell takes a look.
The ferry sits idle, stuck at the dock as cold wind blows across the St. Clair.
With the most ice in the Great Lakes since I think it was '94 that they had that big storm, so it doesn't look like we're going to be running anytime soon.
Blue Water Ferry has been iced in and shut down since January 3rd due to the deep freeze. According to Environment Canada, about 86% of the Great Lakes are covered in ice, well above normal level of 35% this time of year. Plenty of ice and snow, but no flow. 3 years ago, the ferry was down for 45 days in the winter, but this is actually really uncommon. Dalgetty says he can only remember 3 or 4 winters in his lifetime that the ferry has been down this long because of ice in St. Clair River. The ferry normally runs 30 trips per day. Over 2 months, that's about 1,800 lost trips.
There's deckhands and people that aren't working, and it definitely hurts us. We have a lot of workers that cross that don't, they have to go up and cross the bridge now, and it's just inconvenient, I guess.
It's not all Mother Nature. The recently closed Lambton generating station used to pump warm water into the river, which kept water flowing. On the other side, in fact, you can see open water from a pair of Michigan power plants. But not everyone is complaining. These ice fishermen say this is the first time they've been able to fish past the bridge at the Sombra cut line.
This is a bit unusual, and we can attribute some of it to the fact that the Lambton GS is shut down. We don't get that warm water coming in, and we've had more ice fast to the shore than we have in the past.
Meantime, ferry service is not expected to resume until at least next month, when Old Man Winter loosens his grip. Brian Bicknell, CTV News, Sombra.
Well, at least we've got the water flowing, and we got freighters back in the river. That's a good sign. And the ice fishermen are gone for, hopefully, for the season.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. And your guys are going to start cutting grass pretty soon.
Absolutely. We're hoping.
But what you did, John, was organize a group of people 2 months ago to come and sit down and talk and see how they could help the owners of the ferry to get everything up and running again. And you came up with a name of a thing called Save Our Port. And what you're trying to do today is raise some money for that effort.
Yes, it's. I think it's a vital artery to commerce in the area. Certainly, Marine City is a great little community. They want to help out, and I just thought I'd help facilitate it.
Your Honor, some of the businesses, I saw Todd May the other night, and he said that it has affected the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. And you can tell just with traffic on certain nights which we had a traffic problem before with parking, and we still have a little bit of a parking issue, but it's not to the extent we've had in the past. So we need our Canadian cars back.
There's been some really positive things happening for the last year or two in downtown Marine City, but there's one that's going to have a big grand opening coming up May the 4th, I think it is,
yes,
a Friday. Yep. It's called In on the Water. What's happening there? Well,
our boutique hotel will be finished. They've got a soft opening already, but this was going to be their grand opening. They've got a wonderful little bistro underneath, and Coughlin Jewelers is also down in there, so hopefully everybody can come down and check it out.
If you can get the ferry back up and running by the beginning of the summer, that certainly will bode well for the whole year.
Oh, absolutely. That, and we've got the Girl Scout crossing coming up, and then we've got so much going on in the summer that we need the ferry back. It's just so vital for, we've been doing so much cross promotion with the Sombra area.
Yes.
And they're so eager to, work with us because, things are working well in Marine City. And we're known. We're the city. When somebody goes, "Where's Marine City?" I go, you're the ones with the ferry.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's us. Yeah.
That's absolutely correct.
And it's just a wonderful thing. So.
All right. Well, we're going to put up a slide, and it's got your email address on it.
Okay.
And it's Save Our Port. So if somebody wants to reach in and write a check or send you a money order or something along those effects, have you got that one up there yet? There it is, right there. It's STEWYVI. That's a unique one. Is that correct?
Yes.
At msn.com. And your phone number looks good there too?
Absolutely.
What will they use the money for?
They're going to use the money to pay for the engineering, the drawings, and the permit process.
And then they're financing the repairs themselves?
Yes.
That's a pretty big commitment, but they probably get a nice loan from somebody for a long period of time. And
I'm not sure of the financing. I know it's
substantial.
It's $1 million plus. So any amount will help, and you know, it's nice because it is going to happen. They have the funding that they need for the big expenses. They just don't know, you know, what's an engineering firm cost.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right, gentlemen. We wanted to get you in here and tell the people a little update on what's happening, and I think that's we've done it. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Your Honor, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you
Glad to
very
see you
much.
looking good. Mr. Stewart, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Everybody should get into Anita's and get some pizza.
Get that deck open, get the weather
Get the
going.
deck open, right? And watch the ferry boat, the freighters and the ferry boats. Okay, that's about it for this special edition of the Focus program. See you soon. Paul Dingman. Great. Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I didn't.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.